Even though Jack is not from Hawaii, yeah, here we go. Kelly looks like he's taking off on a nugget here. See if this thing stays open. A little bit of high tide this morning, guys. He might come through that. Yes, he is. Wow, incredible ride there for Kelly. See if he hits that. And he does. Wow, so Kelly taking this heat very serious. But Jack is so smart in Hawaii. He's been coming to the North Shore you know, for many years. So a lot of times for Kelly, if he draws someone who's not from Hawaii out here at Pipe and Backdoor, he has a major, major advantage. But Jack knows this reef almost as good as Kelly. So, you know, this is going to be a real even heat.
Normal year when there's fans everywhere, he could just put that right out front and go grab it. But he did have a great read on this wave at backdoor to get a solid number, VL.
Yeah, it stands tall on the exit, goes for the re-entry, and unfortunately doesn't make that and snaps the board. There's a moment here. This is going to be his second best score. You can see pumping and driving. He sees that section in front. Where is this score going to go? Is it better than the 6.5? If he made the re-entry, I feel like definitely.
Yeah, we'll see how this one plays out. Jack still needing a big score. Late decision at backdoor. Pulls in, has some room for the completion.
Nice.
The rookie now just pacing that roundhouse for a finishing move. And that'll be his
need. I feel like there's one section, into the second section, into a third little section. He liked it. And it's going to, this wraparound was a beautiful turn. It shows the maturity in this young man surfing too. The drive of the rail for that full arc.
Just such a cool decision to piece this barrel together. It looks like each chamber got a bit smaller, but his speed and momentum was perfect.
As was the finish, Joey, and this will be a determining factor in the end.
Reverse. I think he pulled it. Deep on this one. Making the exit, Italo. Nice answer to Ryan Callanan. And looks like he's looking to ramp up as well. There's the big whip rotation, stomps it clean right in front of Arcal. And he never wants to kick out. Can he get another one? He'll just punch it out on the sand.
The champ got the better of that exchange clearly. In that moment, and you watch this, he gets this beautiful tube ride. Not exactly super hollow, double arm back cut. He flares the tail a little bit at the end of it, pumping and driving, sees this section ahead and gets a wonderful whipping air. Nice completion and right in front of Ryan, as you said, which is salt into the wound.
Crazy how this end section has evolved into a crazy ramp for the best air guys in the world.
These are kind of like a diamond in a rough. Like, so, you know, sometimes a right like that doesn't come in for like 15, 20 minutes. So you really got to stay open, really got to stay prepared for when that thing comes in. And great wave right there for Kanoa Igarashi.
So time on the reef here. Kanoa Igarashi mixing it up with the left now.
Yeah, I mean, great technique there for Kanoa. Great wave selection. Speaking of diamonds in a rough, this is exactly what you're looking for right there. You can see that little pump, not letting go of the rail, but still getting that pump, building speed. Riding that high line coming out of that barrel just got narrower and narrower at the very end, Kaipo.
Yeah, great technique, great read. And this is really going to put Jadson Andre against the ropes because I'm expecting another good score for Kanoa Igarashi.
Yeah, I mean, with 14...
In the making of his career here at Pipeline. Rolling in, we'll start things off with John John. Looking at backdoor, driving through another section. Florence gets the exit bright and early.
This is another day at the skate park for him. Here he goes, opening up, and he knows this part of the reef unbelievably. I mean, when we were kids, it was like we were the bottom feeders surfing, and we call it Aints Bowl, and this is like, I mean, Leo didn't even look at that wave, and that's the difference of, you know, surfing this wave, rain, shine, windy, glassy, 7 days a week your entire life. And if there's anyone who's comfortable and confident on waves at all sides out here, it's not the biggest swell, but it's a fresh swell. So it's continuously, you know, energy growing throughout the day, better conditions with the wind direction. Oh my gosh.
John Florence, meanwhile, pulls off another miracle exit.
Wave up throughout the day. Here's a replay of John's wave.
Pretty crazy start there, going over an impossible section. He made it out. Strider, what did you see from your backdoor angle?
wild view from over here. So we've shifted positions so we could look into the barrel at backdoor. John, you know, identified that it was a meaty section, was in the pipe, and then seeing the chandelier coming down the.
Back to Morocco quickly, where this whole thing really came to life.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. You know, last year was probably the best, you know, I've ever felt like I was surfing in my entire career, and I had a really good run here in Hawaii.
Is still heating up. He just got a 9.07. Take us through.
This kid's on fire. You know, it's once he starts, it's done. It's a wrap, and you can see the fire in his eye, man. This kid wants a Pipe Master trophy, and I don't think he'll ever be complete in his own mind. He could have 10 world titles, but until he gets this trophy, he's not done. And you can see he's not just getting barreled, he's putting out big power turns. And
you can see himself positioning right now.
It's going to be Ferreira. Right under the lip, has a foam ball to deal with, punches through that foam ball. Bonus section there for a slash for Italo Ferreira. Let's see what he has for our finish. Clean completion for Italo. Long gone is the 2.83, which he has in his score line, and gets a little tricky right on the shore break.
Ooh,
and showing some pain.
Oh no. It was almost as if that little air triggered.
Here's a replay of that wave.
Great barrel. And he did such a good job sneaking through all that foam. Not easy to do, but he broke his way through there. All the best surfers this morning have been doing that. So look, he looks fine physically. Look, everything looks great. They might have tweaked it there. That didn't look good. He kind of crunched down on that snap. Definitely here. Watch how physical his lower body is. Right there to fling that tail, and it triggered it right there. Oh. Instant pain. He's such a physical surfer, by far the most on tour. He's definitely an athlete. You know, the sort of gymnastics he's doing on his surfboard on the water, it's a physical feat, so it does take a toll on your body. See him pumping, getting all that speed right there. That kind of didn't feel good, it looked like, but he's still not grimacing. Watch his face after this little air. Instant pain. Ouch.
And this little air is reminiscent of an air that Italo injured himself at the U.S. Open at Huntington Beach. Did like a hamstring and quad injury. So I don't know if it's an old injury that got reenacted or something, but.
Having a look at this one.
Pipeline, Slater grabs the rail, parks it in the pit, and comes out. And a carve just for good measure after that. Slater, strong ride here to be.
He's trying to hold back a smile, it looks like.
All right.
Wow.
Well, we're watching the replays right now, Strider, and Slater just came from behind the foam ball there to go complete.
For you.
Can't wait to see John John's two. I feel like John might have got the advantage. Here we go, Kelly. Late, such great technique. He's just done that so many times. Beautifully positioned. That whole section just falls in front of him. It gets tight and it gets small. You can see the spit of the wave there. And there's only a little spot up high that he can get out of. And he was right where he needed to be. And you can tell he knows he's up against someone and most probably as great as he is in John John Florence. And he just keeps driving that board, trying to rack up the points and continue to build pressure.
Account against John John. John John drops into this one, pulls up on the rail. The spit comes out, and so does John John.
Wow, I can't wait to see these replays. John John thinking priority and getting out before Kelly.
It's a radical barrel. Here we go with John John BL.
Ooh, a more critical takeoff, a more critical wave. Obviously the second wave of the set looked a little bigger, looked a little gnarlier, and I see the advantage going to John John Florence on that opening exchange.
One more look in slow motion of the backhand barrel riding technique of John John Florence.
And he was setting up for the air, and he sees Kelly and goes, no, 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 priority's more valuable. Average this morning. Here we go, both guys having a look.
John John wants it. He wants backdoor, pulls in. It's a drainer, a spit, and an exit for John John Florence.
Oh, that turn.
Throw the hack in there, right in the shallow reef with this wave. Look at John John.
Falls out of the rope super late, just squeaks under that, and you can see the amount of water that spits out of it. That turn, I'm sorry, that does it for me as much as the tube ride did. And John Florence doesn't look like a massive guy, but the power he puts in, so deep, and then all of that power spitting out of the wave. And watch this turn, folks. That was gold. That's as good as it gets. Power, class, style, everything you could ask for in an amazing ride right there on display from the two-time champ.
Yeah, the combination of a searing maneuver and a deep barrel, not to mention in a rematch from last year's final at Pipe. John doing this for love, traveling and coming out.
Without the priority, another great ride, throwing away a 7.
Go back out and get position.
John's one on the replay, a nice traveller. He enjoyed that one. Not sure how the judges will enjoy it. And here's Kelly from way deep driving. He knows he needs a big... He jumped right there. You saw him jump early. He saw the closeout.
Pipe knifes into this one, pulls up, traveling through the barrel. Easy exit for Ferreira. Adding some extra points for the car. Let's see what he has on this end sandbar section. And keeps it safe with a snap and a completion, but well surfed by Italo Ferreira. He's right back in the game.
Oh yeah, and definitely. Oh, here we go. Hold the phone.
Medina airdrops, gets his board underneath him, tucks into the barrel, exit,
and just sort of squatted his way through it. Really nice hack too. I love that first carve. I'm sure he would have gone to the air there, but that section laid flat, so it didn't give him the ramp he needed to go to the air. But look at that, just really deep. Didn't really have to do a whole lot. He just sat there and enjoyed it. It's a classic pipeline barrel. That looks like something Jerry Lopez was doing in the 70s.
And the number dropped for Gabe Medina on his backup of 5.6, Ross.
Interesting. It was short.
Once he sets his rail, he ended up going down. Here's Medina to try to make him pay for that one. Gets spit out, kicks out quickly to fight for priority.
It's up off of it, and it's got a nice hollower line. Second wave for Medina looked a lot better than that first wave. And just the structure of it and the way that the wave came onto the reef and the way that it held.
The other day, he's got a healthy quiver for this event. John at backdoor. Arm bars the start. Still traveling in this pit. Florence comes out.
How did he do that? He's a magician. I thought he'd blown it for a second there, did you?
That was amazing, BL.
Amazing. Here it is. Takes off, much smaller wave, pulls in. Here you go. He's got it for sure. And then at this moment, I'm thinking, what happened? And there he reappeared. I'm not sure that improves on anything. It's too small a wave, perhaps, to have an influence, but it shows the incredible ability of John Florence to ride the tube.
Just towing with the foam ball, screaming his way out.
Oh,
Medina
he's got to go.
thinking about it, holds back, and we're into the countdown.
Oh!
Medina trying to shuffle back as we will close this one out. It's official. John Florence wins his very first Billabong Pipe Masters trophy presented by Hydro Flask. Now back to world #1 heading into Sunset Beach.
Relief, you can see that as well.
Now celebrating, look at all the houses on the beach that are housed with a lot of his friends. Incredible accomplishment, #1 in the world, and that time off really paid off to get.
Bummer for Jeremy is he didn't get super deep, so it's going to keep the score in check. Technical barrel there for the little wave at Pipe for Italo. He's trying to get rid of a 5.3, and he did just that, Kaipa, with a 6.17. So battling through that, what looks to me a pretty gnarly injury.
Yeah, look at him holding just that rib pelvis. We'll get more on that when he comes in, but he's definitely playing through some pain at the moment.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hear.
Flores does not get the score, so it's official. Italo Ferreira moves on into Italo Ferreira, who has advanced into semifinal #2 over Jeremy Flores, but has sustained some injuries in that heat. So Hawaiian Water Patrol carting him up the beach. He's going to...
And has delivered.
Italo Ferreira coming up, semifinal #2.
Rains out, and he's seeing, and we're all getting to enjoy the benefits of that. Here we go. He's calling John into this one. He's going to drop in because he is a showman. He's going to come
and
through
he's going
this
to come
thing.
out of that.
What?
That was worth the interference, I guess. So
No.
Kelly Slater always putting on.